that he can basically, and we'll get to history options in a second, basically, like, he can make sure that several characters are like around his finger, because, okay, so you are my lover, you were my lover, no, you are my lover, and you love me, and you are my friend. So his options have great potential for like drama and like heart problems in the group. And there is also one thing that I really like about this character, that he has a move that it works even better if you play that in real life, but in the setting in Word, there's a move that if he takes off one piece of his clothing, it can be like, fuck, I forgot the word exactly.
Everybody has to look at him, right? Something like that.
It can be glove, it can be like necklace. Everybody in the scene looks at him and is, I wouldn't say aroused, but he definitely
enchanted.
And he has their attention.
Wait, like even if you take off a sock or something like that?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. I mean,
okay.
I saw few scenes with that move working, and they were sometimes hilarious. Okay, and that are basic classes. I will just say it right now. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, like 10 or more like fan-made classes who give you a lot more options and like available like options to play characters like Radio Man. But for like this one shot, this learning one shot, I decided to just go with the basic ones.
What about the one from the expanded rulebook, like the touchstone and stuff?
You mean the limited editions?
Yeah, like the official, because they're like the official ones, right?
Yes, they are, although not everybody has them.
Okay.
So I just decided, but it's true that you say that they are also are treated as official, but they are like limited edition and not everybody has them. The thing with those classes is that you don't need to own the book because they are freely and legally available on the internet for you to download.
Okay, not gonna play Touchstone then.
It's I just wanted to note that that for those who are interested in seeing some of the other classes, the Kickstarter for the second edition of Apocalypse World changed up some of the basics. So like Operator is not one of those, but the Quarantine is, which is one of the first edition limited playbooks.
Yeah, Quarantine is limited edition.
Right.
Like book.
Also the dolphin in a mech suit. Yep, that's also limited edition.
Okay, and now to go. You don't need to look at the PDF, you can all go to like test character journal page, and basically character creation apart from HX, the history, is really simple because you just need to go through the options and like if you have the PDF before you just read the instructions. It literally says to you point by point what you need to do. So yeah, you go with the name. You choose your class. That's first of all. You go with the name, then you choose one set of the stats. You don't decide what goes where, but each class has like 4 sets of stats, and yeah, it just shows. It gives like a hint in what direction players want to take that character. What's the case about the highlight? Basically, the way it works is that if you have your stat highlighted, then if you roll for it during the session, during a scene, you gain 1 experience point. When you get 5 experience points, you get improvement. And improvements, each character has like their own list, but also every character can take 2 moves from other, so you can really create a nice like combos. And also, one of the stats is highlighted by MC, and the second one is highlighted by the player that has the highest HX, the history check with you, and we'll get to that right now. Usually, as you might probably heard, like, well, that's the joke. If the campaign doesn't start, okay, so you meet one another, you all gather at the tavern. It's like not really a campaign. The way it works in this system is that at the start of the session, your characters already know one another. You have history between them. So, like for example, if you can go to Angel or like every other class, and you go to HX part, basically that's the main reason character creation happens on first session with everybody, because we go like everybody takes their turn to like describe. Then you list the characters' names, and then you go again. And each character has like two options: when there is not your turn, and there's when you. So, for example, okay, not Angel, but Brainiac. Brainer is a good example. Basically, let's just say somebody else says that, okay, I don't trust you, yada yada, you put HX that like value, and he says, oh no, 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 no. I choose one of the options that can happen for me on others people's turns, and I decide, no, I know you very well because I slept in your I watched you sleep, or rather, like, when I was there you slept and I watched in creepy way or something. Did I like explain it well enough, or
I guess we'll come up with questions if there are any along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the history stuff, I think it, because like even though I read it, I don't fully understood it. I think we'll understand it once we actually do it. It seems like something that is like very much a learning by doing thing. So
yeah, I think we might be able to like do that.
By the way, before we start, how long are you planning to play today?
Probably like the most I wanted to do is to explain the system and like go through character creation process, so people will
Oh, okay,
know
so we are
for
doing
next.
mostly that today.
Yes, and
Okay, perfect.
I mean, and maybe like show for potential MCs like how usually the first session looks like, but I think like I don't suppose we'll play more than 5 hours. Like I'm thinking I will be able to limit myself within 4 hours.
Okay, but because I'll have to scatter
Yeah, I know,
at 10.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like it won't be a problem if you like have to
and
live.
we can see if we want to like do a little thing like from that, and because you said like a maximum of 6 hours, and we can just see, because if we like at 10 we're like okay, whatever, we just all drop out then.
Yeah, it's really up to you. That's the
Yeah, sorry, I mean, you know, I have work tomorrow morning, so I'll have to
Yeah.
start around 10.
How dare you?
Okay, yeah, and after that, like, basically you do everything beside HX. Basically, when people create characters, you can do everything beside history part without like asking anybody else. Also, that's the thing, like the names and like the looks. You can choose one of them, but you can just decide yourself what your character needs to look like. It's just like a help for players. Like usually I as a player have trouble like describing my characters, so the options offered are really helpful. I will also like explain, I think there are only like 2 things to explain. One, each character gets move, and move something that helps push the fiction forward. and like make stuff happen. And really, it's like it's case by case basis what they say, and when you'll be like creating characters and choosing them, I will be like explaining them. And one last thing regarding mechanics. All like Master of Ceremonies doesn't roll at all. He only gets moves in certain situations. And you always, and I mean that always, only roll 2d6 plus appropriate stuff, depending on what you are trying to do. And also that's a principle that you do not say, okay, so I wanna roll like hard, I go aggro. You don't name your moves. Instead say, okay, so I pull up my gun and say, time's up, motherfucker, and I squeeze the trigger. That's information for me that yes, you go aggro. You are trying to kill that guy. Please roll plus hard. And I think that's...
Sorry, wouldn't that be seized by force?
Well, I was watching Adam Cobal's Roll20.
Yeah, me
Apocalypse
too.
World. So, well, and he said the big difference is seized by force is like two-way violence, and go aggro is usually one way. So
Yeah.
if you're having a conversation and you pull that gun out and say "Time's up, motherfucker," that's probably going aggro.
Yeah, well, I mean, my problem with that
Alright,
is
I mix because like...
because I sorry, yeah, you go first. You're the MC.
Sorry, I mixed that up because go aggro is like threatening with violence, and seize by
Yeah.
force is just actually using violence. I mixed that up.
Because going aggro is like, because when you go aggro, you get someone the chance to like get the hell out of the way, or tell you what you want to know, which like if you just pull a gun on someone and intend to take his life, telling you what you want to know isn't really an option there, right?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That reminded me that there's one last thing I can like explain. Like if you like see test character page, and you have stats, and under each one of them there is like the name of like standard move that every character has. So basically, do something under fire is when you want to do something under duress, and there's a chance you might fail. Like you are, for example, you are literally being shot at, and you are trying to fix your vehicle as quickly as possible. That's when you roll for cool. Hard, as we explained, go aggro if you are threatening somebody, and seize by force if you are actually like using violence. Not only shooting, but like beating someone up. Hot, seduce or manipulate. It's pretty self-explanatory. You are making somebody not with violence, but with... It doesn't really need to be like seduce in a way that you offer him sex, but you can offer him like money or something else. Yeah, you are basically like manipulating somebody to so he will do what you want him to do. Read a siege. It's basically reading a situation. Let's just say you are standing in front of the ruins of like old building, and there is eerily quiet. Then like somebody can say, I'm reading a situation. Of course not exactly, he's just saying, okay, so I look very carefully around. Then he rolls that, and he gets to ask 1 or 3 questions depending on the result, and that will give him information about the situation. Same with read a person. And open your brain. You just allow Psychic Maelstrom to go inside and give you some very strange visions. And basically there are like 3 possible results for all of your rolls. 6 or lower, it's a fail. 7 to 9, it's for me it's the best one because you succeed, but there is a hook and it goes not exactly smoothly. And yeah, that's the one of the like best, I think, in terms of like story-wise options. On 10 plus, you succeed, you get what you want. And there's also something that if you advance your character well enough, there's something called advanced moves. And if you take it, the basic moves, if you roll 12 or higher, you get like additional option. There's this like this shows like you succeeded. Like, oh my god, there's like nothing left to actually add. You just like boom. But also. Okay, so question: do you need me to like make additional journal pages so each and every one of you can edit your own character inside Roll20, or?
That might be useful.
Yeah,
I think that might be good.
Yeah. Then we don't have to, you know, write things down because who likes doing that?
I like doing that. I've been doing it the whole time.
Look.
Okay.
I don't know about you savages, but I like using my keyboard.
Yeah, I'm not editing anything. If you can like, if you see like strange name and only you can see it, then that's the journal page I created for you that only you can see and edit.
Best random Roll20 names.
Yes, they are like freaking strange. Very strange. As I'm making them like really. Are there any things that you want me to ask about?
Well, I mean, some things may come up, I guess, in the process of us working through this. Because I suppose we should have a discussion about the kinds of classes that we're interested in playing, given their uniqueness.
Yes. Okay, check and tell me if anybody else who is on the call doesn't have his own character in journal page on Roll20.
I see mine, I think.